Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm bringing you an updated hair growth journey video. A lot of you guys have been requesting this lately and I just wanted to update you guys on where I am in my journey right now in terms of my goals, and then give you guys like a little background story on my journey up until this point. There are quite a few of you who are new here who have just recently subscribed, so thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you guys, and I just wanted to give you like an updated journey video so that way you guys can kind of see my progress up until now. But before we get into the video, I would just like to thank Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Skillshare is an online learning community for creatives and anyone who wants to learn and explore something new. They offer thousands of classes on topics such as filmmaking, creativity, productivity, entrepreneurship, music production. There's literally something for everyone. Most classes are under 60 minutes and they're very flexible. They can really work with anybody's schedule. Recently, I've been taking a class called Creative Breakthrough, 8 exercises to power your creativity, confidence, and career, taught by Danielle Krissa. So I'm not typically a visually creative person, but that's something that I've been really wanting to work on and learn more about. So this class really focuses on a lot of those aha moments that you experience when you're creating something new. It also teaches me some exercises that will help to spark my creativity, as well as help me work through that like self-judgment and self-criticism that I seem to experience when I'm trying to create something that's visually creative, because it's not really my strong suit. So it's definitely a skill that I've been happy to learn about. They also have tons of classes on things like journaling and organization and scheduling, as well as productivity, which I'm excited to look into as well, especially as I'm starting school again soon. It will help me to remain productive and help me to organize my days better since I will be doing school from home. I've also really been enjoying taking classes on Skillshare throughout this lockdown, because since I've been inside, it's really helped me to kind of break up my days, help me be a little bit more productive and learn something new. Skillshare is also very affordable. It's less than $10 a month with an annual subscription, and the first 1,000 people to click the link in my description box get a free 2-month trial of their premium membership. So you can go ahead and explore and find some new things that you might want to learn about, that you might like. And if that's something you're interested in, I would highly recommend checking them out. So again, thank you so much Skillshare for sponsoring this video, and let's just get into the hair journey. So for my hair journey, I'm just going to start right at the beginning, and I'm also going to try to share some photos in this video so you guys can kind of see my progress and kind of how it's looked up until this point. So when I was really little, I had super curly hair, and it was the easiest for my mom and grandmother to maintain it by keeping it short. So my hair was always around this length growing up, and after a few years it ended up just straightening out and becoming like this texture that I have now. When I was in grade 8, we actually moved and I went to a new school, and I met some girls at my new school who were actually into like styling their hair and cutting their hair differently and things like that. So I also started to want to do more things with my hair, and this was when I made my first big mistake and I got the worst layers that I think I've ever seen the light of day ever. They were super choppy, super uneven, and part of that was my fault because I was really into Joan Jett at the time and I loved how shaggy and like choppy her layers looked. So while my hair was still about collarbone length, I wanted really choppy layers. Unfortunately, with my hair type and my lack of knowledge on how to actually take care of my hair, the layers did not work out at all. They were super choppy, like I said. I had no idea how to really take care of it, and it just looked horrible. I also had side bangs that started like over here and draped across my entire face. So when I actually started growing my hair out, I had a lot of unevenness to kind of even out. Around this time, I was also like in my emo phase too. So like I would take a razor, like a regular shaving razor, and try to like thin out my layers in the shower and stuff on my own, which literally, like, I honestly was just frying my hair. And this is also the same year that I started getting into heat styling. So I would wash my hair every day, I would curl it or straighten it every day. I would use a lot of mousse, a lot of hairspray, a lot of really drying products, and the actual shampoos and conditioners and other products I was using on my hair were really bad quality. Obviously, I was like 13, I couldn't afford to invest in better products, so I was just kind of using whatever I had. By the end of 8th grade, parts of my hair were totally different texture than what my normal texture is. It was very high porosity because I just fried the shit out of it for about a year, especially the pieces around the front of my face, because those would take the most heat damage because I had bangs. So I would straighten those, and then I would like curl the other pieces around the front of my face to like frame it better, and it was honestly just a mess. So before I entered grade 9, I decided that I really wanted to just grow my hair out long and have nice long healthy hair. So I really started to try to learn more about hair care and try to change my ways. The first thing I did, which was the hardest thing for me to do, was cut the heat. That was actually like so hard, you guys. I felt so ugly. because my hair texture was just out of control because it was so damaged. And I feel like heat styling is such a nasty cycle. Like, you get into it and then you damage your hair, so you don't like your hair without heat styling, but the more you heat style, the more damage your hair gets. So I started to try to learn more heatless hairstyles. So in the 9th grade, I actually learned how to French braid my hair, and that is how I wore my hair to school a lot. At this point, my hair was probably down to here, and I still had my really weird layers. I was trying to grow those out, and at this point I had sworn off going to the hairdressers because I just felt like every time I went, I wasn't happy with what I was getting. So I just thought, if I don't trim my hair or anything, it will grow, right? Wrong. I still needed to get regular trims, which I wasn't getting. So I just let my weird layers grow out, and I tried not to touch my hair as much as possible. I think at this point I was washing every other day, and I was using a hair mask for the first time. I forgot what it was called, but it was just one that you can buy at like a salon, and it worked well for my hair, but it probably had ingredients that I now won't use on my hair. So summer going into grade 10, I actually went to Croatia and Portugal for the summer to see my grandparents in both countries, and during that time I spent a lot of it learning how to do different braids and different styles. So during that summer, I learned how to fishtail braid my hair, I learned how to do Dutch braids, and I learned how to do French braids better. Like, I learned how to make them tighter and keep them looking better. And by the time I came home, my hair was about this long. I think it was just passing my like boob area at the time, which I was super excited about because that was like my first goal. Throughout grade 10, I continued to try to learn more about hair care, and I continued to not use heat on my hair. I think I would only use it like once a week. It was like my fancy day, I guess. Like on Fridays, I would either curl it or straighten it. Now, grade 11 was a really rough year for me. I did not have a good time with my mental health, and just school in general was really tough on me. So I honestly don't even remember like most of 11th grade. I just know that I was under a lot of stress, and my hair definitely paid the price for it. I was experiencing a lot of hair fall, and my hair just really wasn't growing at all. Like, I swear it was stuck at around like rib cage length for most of that year. It probably was due to me not even giving it the time to do treatments and take care of it, but also just I was under so much stress that my diet was out of whack, and it just affected my hair really negatively. So throughout most of grade 11, I didn't experience much growth or change in my hair, and quite frankly, I didn't really care about my hair during that time, so I'm not really surprised. Entering grade 12, things started to pick up a little bit for me, and I started to get back into hair care, and this is when I learned about coconut oil, and I started doing coconut oil treatments on my hair once a week. I would usually do it on the weekends, and this is also when I started to try to train my hair to be washed only once a week. So I was wearing a lot of like buns, protective styles like braids, buns, and again, I was doing coconut oil treatments every single weekend. So I would just saturate my hair in the oil at night, and then I would sleep in it and wash it out the next morning, and that was like my only wash day. I honestly think this made such a huge difference in my hair, and at this time I also stopped using heat once a week because I was just getting too lazy to do it. Around this time, I also started sleeping with my hair in braids almost every night to have that nice wavy look, and sleeping with a protective style is so beneficial for hair growth and for preventing breakage, which I wasn't even aware of at the time, but I'm glad that it's something that I started to get in the habit of. Around this time, I also started to go back in for regular trims to the lady that cuts my hair still now. I would go in about every 3 or 4 months, and I'd get ½ an inch cut off because I was really starting to even out those layers. At this point, I had like a V-shaped haircut with some long layers, and I was really liking the way my hair looked, and getting regular trims obviously helped me to reduce breakage and reduce the amount of hair I was losing to breakage. In grade 12, I also started doing those 30-day braid challenges that I used to do here on my channel as well, where basically every day for 30 days you wear your hair in a braid. This really helps to prevent breakage. It helped me to learn more about protective styles and how beneficial they are for the hair. So at the end of grade 12, obviously it was like prom season and graduation season, and this was the first time I dyed my hair. I dyed my hair darker because my roots are a lot darker than my ends for some reason. My ends get really light in the summertime, so I have this like natural ombre effect, which I don't really like, and I have a lot of red undertones in my hair, so in the sun it often looks like orangey red, which again I really don't like. So I went in and got my hair dyed dark for the first time, and it went really well. I think we did like a permanent hair color, and after a few months obviously it faded out over the summer, but I was really happy with it. I didn't notice too much dryness or breakage, so I was okay with it. That November I did it again for the second time, and that is when I noticed a lot of dryness in my ends, and I started to see the effects of the dye on my hair, which I didn't like. So after that I kind of just gave up on the whole hair coloring thing until my first year of university, which was about 2 years later. I did take a year off between university university and high school. So during that time, I really just focused on my hair growth. I was getting more into DIYs. I was learning more about products and ingredients, and during this time I think I started to slowly cut out sulfates, and I was still using drugstore shampoos, but I was using better options than what I was using before. Right as I went into my first year of university, I dyed my hair again, and this time I did it myself at home. I just went to Sally's Beauty Supply and I bought like a dark natural brown hair color, and I just slapped it on, and that was it. And this time my hair really felt like shit after, but I definitely noticed a difference in the way my hair felt and the way it looked. It was a lot more dull, and I did experience a lot of dryness on the end. So this is honestly where like my hair care just really started to accelerate. I started getting super into DIYs, using different ingredients, and I was really more conscious of the products I was using. And during my first year of university, I met my friend Nancy, who also has like a makeup and skincare Instagram, so I'll have her link down below. She's awesome. I'd really recommend you check her out. But she actually is the one who got me to start my Instagram account, and if it wasn't for her, this YouTube channel wouldn't exist either. Because of that, I started that account and I got really into hair care. As you guys know, I was posting a lot of DIYs, and it really pushed me to learn more about hair care and to really get into caring for my own hair. Through that account, I've met so many amazing people, obviously so many of you guys that I'm friends with now, and I learned so much from you guys on a daily basis through my DMs and comments, and I feel like it really just changed my hair care game completely. And it was during this time, this first year that I had that account, that I actually cut out silicones as well, and that was a huge change for me. Silicones, I didn't realize at the time, but they were really damaging my hair. A lot of people like silicones and find that it works for them, so that's great. If you're one of those people, then continue using what works for you. But for me personally, I noticed a lot less damage since I've stopped using silicones, and my hair has honestly just thrived. I think it was also during my first year in university that I decided I no longer wanted to have long layers or that UV shape that I was kind of going through, so I decided that I wanted to have my hair blunt, straight across, and no layers, which is what I have now. It took me about 2 years to go from the sharp V shape to like that blunt, straight across look that I have now, and I feel like if I didn't have to go through that, I would have reached my hair goal a lot sooner. But it's all part of the journey. You live and you learn, and it's normal to go through phases with your hair, and it should be fun to experiment with your hair no matter what. So I don't regret any of the things I did with my hair back in the day. I think it was important for me to learn more about my hair and learn more about my style and what I like. So between my first year of university and where I am now, I've been going every 6 months to get a trim, and I usually take off about half an inch to an inch depending on how much my hair really needs to be cut off. And then in October, I think, or September of 2018, I actually went in for like a bigger trim, and I cut off about 4 inches, I think. And I know for a lot of people, especially with the length of my hair, it's like not noticeable and not really a big deal at all, but for me it was really noticeable, and it went from like mid, almost to the bottom of my butt, back up to like tailbone length. So for me that was quite a big change, but my hair really needed it. It was really frayed out from that summer, and I just felt like I needed a bit of a change. And now I'm 23 years old, so it's been almost 9 years or almost 10 years since I've started my hair journey, which is crazy to me because it doesn't feel like that long at all. I'll be 23 in September, and I'm also entering my 5th year of university. I'll just be taking one more semester until I graduate, which is really exciting. And I feel like my hair has changed a lot. It has gone through a lot. It's changed with me and with my styles, and I'm very happy to say that I've officially reached my hair length goal. I'm so happy with the length that it's at right now. Obviously, the summer growth challenge still has about 3 weeks to go, maybe 2.5 weeks to go, so we'll see how much I gain in the last month of this. So I haven't measured my hair since the beginning of the challenge, and it was about 36 or 36.5 inches at the time. So I'm gonna stand up now and show you where my hair length is at. So this is where my hair is. Obviously my belly button's up here. This is the top of my hips, and then my top of my thigh is right here, so it reaches pretty long. I'll also include a picture here for those of you who don't have Instagram or don't follow me there yet, so you can see like a photo of actually how long it is. So it's about to the bottom of my butt. Some people say that it's classic length. I kind of feel like it's still an inch or two away from classic, but you guys can let me know in the comments what you think. It doesn't really matter to me because either way I'm happy with this length, and I'm not planning on going any longer, at least for the time being. I feel like this length is the most flattering on me personally. It's also the most manageable for me considering the length, and it's also the longest I've ever had it, so I'm very happy with it right now, and I don't think that any longer would suit me or my lifestyle for right now. So now that I've reached my goal length, my goal is to just continue to maintain it at that length and keep it as strong and healthy as possible. And I'm very excited to always have nice fresh blunt ends. So my plan is to start going in for a trim every 6 to 8 weeks and taking off like half an inch or just getting it dusted, just to keep my ends looking as fresh and as blunt as I can keep them. I would really like to have my hair this length for my graduation next year. After that, I'm not really sure. I guess we'll see where that takes me, but if I decide to go for a change, I'll probably cut it back up to hip length because that's another length that I really enjoy, or I might try to grow it a little bit longer, but again, we'll see kind of where the journey takes me. So as I said, this took me about 9 years, almost 10 years of growth, and I definitely think that if I didn't go through as many phases with like layers and coloring and obviously severely damaging my hair right from the start, this probably would have taken me only 5 years to grow out. Like if I cut it today up to here, I think it would only take me maybe 4 or 5 years to get back to the length that I'm at now. And that's okay. That's all a part of the journey. It really doesn't matter how long it takes you if you're enjoying it. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you found it helpful and hopefully a little bit inspiring if you're feeling stuck. Trust me, we all started from somewhere, and my journey was definitely not clean cut and easy, but we are here now and I'm very happy with my progress. So let me know in the comments what you guys would like to see next, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!